So this is the primary acoustic guitar that I have. This is a dreadnought size guitar that frequently gets used for practicing, recordings and playing live. You can see it has a round cut on its body, and it has a lower single cutaway on its body that makes it possible to play on higher frets. It is not too high priced and it is not too cheap either, so perfect for recordings and playing live. So let's see how it sounds like. It has this deep sound mellow tone with dynamic frequency range as well. So can be used for strumming as well as fingerstyle. So overall, a perfect sounding guitar to play live and use it for recordings. So this is another type of an acoustic guitar that has got an F cut on its body, and it has got a single cutaway, a lower cutaway that makes it possible to play on higher frets. This one is pretty old and not very expensive at all, perfect for complete beginners. And this is actually one of the first guitars that I got my hands on many years ago. And it gets used even today, mostly for practicing, not for playing live or recording. Let's see how this one sounds like. It has kind of a sharp trebly sound, so there's no particular control over the tone or frequencies or the overall sound. But if you buy it as a complete beginner and start practicing on it, it can be a good friend at home for many years. It can be used for strumming. So pretty good guitar for a beginner. You can practice on it for a long time, for many years. This is a classical nylon string guitar, pretty light in weight, and it doesn't have a cutaway on its body. But it gets used for playing styles like fingerstyle, folk styles, Spanish dance tunes more than strumming with a pick. So the strings of this guitar are made up of nylon, and you can see that the neck is larger than a steel string acoustic guitar, which is why fingerstyle is perfectly suited to play on this one due to the larger gaps between the strings. So let's see how this one sounds like. It has a unique characteristic in itself, and it's perfectly suited to play tunes like also perfect to play those famous folk tunes like And finally, we have an electric guitar that gets used to play styles like rock, blues, rock and roll, blues rock, and hard rock. So I've connected my small little amp over here, and this is the straight clean tone from the amp. Let's see how it sounds like. So pretty straight clean tone from the amp, and you can see that the strings are very flexible compared to an acoustic string acoustic guitar, and it doesn't require a lot of effort to press on the strings to make it sound like an acoustic guitar. Of course, I need to work to make it sound, but not as hard as I need to do it on acoustic guitar. So one of the main characteristics of an electric guitar is to use the overdrive tone, and so you can see that the bending of the string is something that is very much possible on an electric guitar than an acoustic guitar. It becomes real hard to bend the string on an acoustic guitar. Like that itself is very, very difficult to do on the G string of an acoustic guitar, for example. And you know, things like so rock and roll music is never too far away when you have an electric guitar.